older.
I think we're older.
Just got older.
And I think because a part of the life, whether you only met in the arena or you had a circle of friends that you interacted with at certain parts of your life, then you come back and you think about it, the answer is yeah, but really, we've just all aged.
Yeah.
Because this generation, I really have known Steve for years. Obviously, I knew Linda, but didn't know Linda on an intimate level. I knew Jeff, but we've been out of the circle of friends that we had for over 30 years. Coming back into that, not even speaking about the people that we've known, because it could be hurtful, not to each other, but as memories.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've known Trig for years and years.
I've known Triggy since it's about 3.
But we're that older, I don't know, because I've known Brian and his family from as a little girl, but you get out of seeing each other, so you get out of contact, but you come back again.
I think that happened as well, and I can associate that with that. We came over, Africans came over as seamen, right? And for the first maybe 8 years, they sort of stuck together, socialised together, right? And then as they grew up, they drifted apart from one another.
Yeah.
This is how the Reno started.
So this
Hold on, Stephen.
Sorry.
This is a sort of part of that, you know, it's mirroring that.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely right.
You know, and as we grew up, had our children, right, so priorities take over, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, so we drifted apart. Now the Reno brought us all back together again, brought us all back together again.
It was down to the Africans, the ones that are in the merchant navy, the stowaways, because that was their club, their social club where all the Africans could go down, you know, socialise, because they couldn't socialise with the white people. There was no Jamaicans there, West Indians then. So they made the Reno their little social club because it was a membership.
It was the same as mission.
It was a membership.
Yeah.
You know, you had to have a membership, and then as it went along, Persian and Cooley started playing music. They were playing reggae down there. Well, he told me last week, didn't he? And then they started playing like, you know, the soul music, and that. And when Persian told me that, he said, then. Because all the mixed race kids used to go to the Blue Note and then when they started coming, they were all from Moss Side, and then they started coming past the Reno wearing this soul music. So going straight down there, you know, through Cooley and Persian really. That those mixed race went down there. You know what I mean? And that's
You just made me remember a great thing as well, because it wasn't just fantastic down the Reno. Outside the Reno was fantastic. That had its own feeling, waving a taxi and the food and having a weed outside.
We used to sell our formula outside.
Oh, waiting to get down there.
I think I said it last week. I go down the Reno, right, have a chat, right, then we go upstairs, and I'd be sat outside with Chris or Tony, right, and we'd be chatting, just chewing the fat outside, right, having a blow, right. And I recall a coach party with me came, right, and it must have been some sort of ending from Yorkshire, and I was talking to them and they were going down the Reno, so we said, we started chatting on it, so I said, you sure I'll go down here? Yeah, we've heard all about it, right, so we come from Yorkshire to go down there. Unless they're close, we're about 10, 12.
Yeah.
Right. But, you know, it gone as far as Yorkshire where they come down. So
I remember a daytime as well, one daytime when it was baking, it was 76, the heat wave. And I remember us all being outside, we looked so cool, we should have been a photo. You know, all with our afros and things like that, but with jeans on and ripped jeans.
You used to cross the road on
the
grass part.
Yeah. You know, like really,
Where the Alec was there.
Really, hanging about.
Do you feel like there was any kind of unfinished business, like you could see personally, or that doing the dig is kind of resolved, like where you met up with someone that you hadn't seen for ages and had, you know, I don't know, romantically, or I don't know if any.
I couldn't confess to all my romantic links.
Definitely not.
We heard about you and you moved
like you said before, it was this look.
Not for me. Nothing unresolved for me.
No. It was nice meeting people.
It was just nice to meet old
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
You know, like Billy
And make
Marble.
new
like
ones.
that.
Yeah, Billy
and
Marble.
make new
Yeah,
ones.
because
was
I
Billy?
actually made new ones.
I haven't seen you since.
And it's
Brutal,
not
isn't
like,
it?
oh,
That's sad.
we have made a new friend, and it
Chinaman,
sort of
China.
just fits in nicely, because it's rekindled. One is Susie, who used to walk my kids, literally babysit my kids walking up and down Carsby Street in the trolley. Wow. And we just meet at nights out occasionally, because she's a big music person. If there was a gig on in town, occasionally we've seen each other and known them. But then for Susie M, she's like a new friend, but we've slotted in nicely. Not loads, but I've met people that I wouldn't not ordinarily meet maybe in my walk of life, and it's interesting and it's nice. And I
Yeah, you spoke to the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So Susie and Mandy was going there, and you was going.
But I was before them again.
Yeah, I was before them as well.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
went
a different
before.
scene.
You went before me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a different scene there.
Mine
Have you
was
got any more?
67,
Sorry.
16.
I think the fashion.
Any more burning questions? Because we're going to run out of time soon.
I think the fashion.
Definitely.
I wanted to find out like what impact it's had on young people, whether you've had young people's feedback, whether it's children or young people that have become involved
When you
in the
should come to the
project.
dig, you would have seen the young people. on the
Yeah,
dig.
there was all.
If you look
know,
at
like
it, there was a
the
lot of young
colleges
people
Yes.
there
talking
and they're
to us.
digging. weren't they?
Yeah.
I think the younger people have had very different experiences than what we've had. So I've got quite a few kids. So when I've been speaking to them about it all, at first he said to me, Dad, we've heard it all our lives. So I said, you have. I said, but everyone else needs to listen to it. He said, things have changed, Dad, now. I said, well, I know they've changed. He said, but we need to tell the story of how we got here, and that's why we're sort of doing it. So I don't know if a lot of young mixed-race people fully understand what it's about, because they're not having the same experience. It's more integrated for them. You've got mixed-race people in all walks of professional jobs now, haven't you? In the past, it wasn't like that whatsoever.
We had no role models.
No role models
Yeah, but when we
whatsoever.
started to dig, Myra got insulted, didn't she? Remember that?
Yeah.
She got insulted.
Yeah.
By who? So you back I
Some
can't
black
remember.
girl, wasn't it?
Some black girl.
What do you know about
Saying
black?
Saying
Yeah,
what do you know about black
Yeah.
people and all
David
that.
had something to say a minute ago. Let's give David a chance. He said something about the college people coming to talk to you.
Yeah, when we was doing the dig, and we was all at the bottom throwing bricks about and all that, and he was all coming on the roads, and he was all at the fences, and they all wanted to talk to us. What you doing here? What is this? And some of them really knew from parents or their grandpa about this Reno thing. And why are you doing it? Are you going to reopen it again? I says, no, we're just going to dig it up and just bury it again. You know what I mean?
But, you know,
And they couldn't understand, they couldn't think, hang on, you're going through all this and you're just going to fill it all back in. And I says, well, I don't know, that's what they want us to do, do you know what I mean?
How did it
Corporation,
like I said, at that
Corporation and
Manchester
like I
Manchester
said,
City
at the tent night, right, the marquee night, those young students really, right, wanted to be reborn, right, back in the 70s.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they got that vibe.
Yeah.
And they couldn't
And there was
believe it.
loads
And
of
There was loads of
there
them.
was generations of our families as
Yeah.
well. There was
Yeah.
great grandkids as
Yeah.
well. And there was great grandkids at the dig.
Yeah.
You know, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
How
and
did
it
it
worked.
make you feel filling it back in? Like, what
Oh
was your
my
reaction?
God, man, I nearly had a
Got a picture of
breakdown.
it crying.
I had to go back to work, and I'm glad I did go back to work, because I seen it on video, and I was just screaming with tears, seeing it all, the JCB just throwing it all back in, and it was like
It's like
playing
Mount
tunes.
Zion when it was like
Oh.
night time.
I thought, I've never worked like that in my life. I worked like a fucking bastard nabby.
I think for that
And now they're
moment
filling
in
it
time,
back in.
it became like a drug.
It was when it
became
was
like
on
a
the
drug.
buzz, wasn't we? We was all
You
on
know,
the
you couldn't
buzz.
stay away.
Me and Brian was working like dogs. I mean,
I'd go to my walking football, right, and I'd get off into my overalls and straight down to the dig.
yeah.
Right, I'll be back in an hour. And it really did become like a drug. It was
It
mad.
was,
It was
brilliant.
absolutely
It's
mad.
like that for this. I think a Thursday night is progress from there. because we're still coming up, we're still watching the films every week, things that Phil's putting up, and that's really interesting, taking you back to your roots or whatever route or where you come from, and making you really look and think hard at what, because he's so eloquent in what he does.
You're the baseball bat.
And then when we come back and we're discussing things, we're actually really going beyond just the Reno.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in just the Reno, but we're doing it in such a way as we're actually using our minds, we're opening our minds, and we're going down different pathways.
Which is fantastic.
Which is really, really good. We never would have thought that back in the Reno day. We'd never have thought that.
What? You're mad.
Because we weren't in that
too
place.
busy being cool, weren't we?
Yeah.
No, but I think
We had them thoughts,
have that,
thoughts, but we didn't speak.
that anarchic side to us. Like, you know, like when we all started to wear the black beret and the black glove.
The Black Panther days.
Right, yeah. You know, and we all took that on board.
I actually raised funds for the Black Panthers. Me and our Paul.
Tony
I think
Allen
the berry
was
was, back in them days, the berry was a symbol. For most mixed race, it was a symbol
It was about
for
black power because
Skiffle and
the
the
berry
saw
was the
that.
first
skiffle
hat
and a
mixed
berry.
race lads ever wore.
Yeah, bike berry.
The
One
first,
of those
it
little
kind
berry.
of stood them out. When you see these men with berries on, you knew who they were. Because no one else was wearing them, unless you're a Frenchman who's got onions on. You know what I mean?
When we saw that race, that clenched fist, we all went, wow.
Yeah.
How much power did that take?
And it
You
still
know, to
makes
do
you feel
that.
like that.
Oh, the race first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
I
we
love
all
that.
went,
Still
wow,
makes
wow.
you feel
So
like that.
they become icons to us,
Yeah.
right? And we wanted to emulate that and have
Yeah.
that power and demonstrate that power, right? And we do it through word of mouth with each other. We talk about it, we read about it, Soldad Brothers, Angela Davis, right? So we read about all that, yeah. Right, so we did have that anarchic side to us, and then obviously the younger generation after us, right, went one better and had the riots,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Which I disagree with.
Well,
Smashed up their own, smashed up their own community. I don't see the sense in having a riot and smashing up your own community. That don't make sense. That's just wanting destruction.
But that was just
But
the frustration of
That's
it.
as far as I'm
smashing up the
concerned.
community. All it was the shops. It wasn't the
No,
community.
man, but with
as
our
such.
shops,
I know what you're saying,
barriers.
but it wasn't the community. Not smashing houses up,
But
burning
it's the
out the
frustration.
shops. The businesses.
You know what I mean? It sounds somewhere
It's
else.
against
It started
police
doing it.
brutality.
Yeah, that's what it was,
Police station,
yeah.
most
Yeah.
police station
Yeah,
ever.
It's the frustration of it all, of everything just built up and exploded at that particular time.
Served us for years.
Be it right or be it wrong.
Conversation.
Right, it happened. Right.
And it made a history.
Yeah, when you
That's
get
how
the
it
cops
is.
in,
What we're saying
used
is
to
the
stop
shops
us and
are
get
that,
the truncheons
the
out,
shops are
the
mashed
pole
up, Barry's, Dixon's, all these shops were our shops.
Even
You could always
Meskis,
go
yes.
in there. They robbed the pawn shop. How many men used to go in that pawn shop?
Innit?
And
Yeah,
go
but
in?
how much money was in the pawn shop?
Don't make
That's
the
what they're looking
difference.
at.
Don't make the
They're not looking
difference.
at,
Because once you
because
destroy
they're
them-
looking what they can get out of the pawn shop.
Yeah, but once you destroy
That
them,
they
you
do
don't
down.
come
What's
back.
his name?
They don't
What
come
was the
back
name?
no more.
The shop, the big fucking jeans. What was it called? Jack?
Barry's.
They smashed it, what they smashed it for to get the gear out, not to burn it up and all that. But that's what it was about.
Finished then.
Eh?
Finished. It was
Well,
finished. They finished it.
that's how it was.
Either way you look at it, right, when you start robbing and smashing shops up in your own area, and then people say, I'm sorry, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Who loses? We lose.
Yeah, it took 20 years to build up Princess Road. Back up again.
We lost.
And that's our views, and that's the thing about these meetings when we come.
Yeah. We're not all
Everyone's
gonna-
got a different opinion of how it is, and it's firing, and it's your power coming out, it's your feelings. You felt that so much. As Barry.
I did, because
You
when I
know what
watched
I mean?
it,
So it's really good that we're feeling how we feel, because it's still part of history.
I was on holiday when I watched that, and believe me, I was annoyed. It hurt me to see
Trying to drown
what
out
we
my
fought
feelings,
for all our lives, right? But the same people who were fighting for to go smash up where we were brought up, I'm sorry, no excuse for that. And Moss side didn't get better, it got worse after that. It got worse, not better.
We all went on the fucking gear then. We did.
To
Well,
get
I
over
did
it,
anyway.
to get over
We
it.
cracking fucking anyway, man, for fucking 7 years. Fuck me up, man.
Yeah, but you
But that's another, story from Moss side back in that time. Because of the deprivation, right? You know, at that time, after the Reno closed, and after the riots, like, you had the recession period, didn't you, where there wasn't any jobs, there was 3 million unemployed.
Well, if you came from
Right.
Manchester 14 or 15,
You were going to get a job,
You're mad.
right? So what are you going to do?
That's why we all went.
So you go and
What
you
happened,
finish
I
up
don't know.
having your crack and your heroin, right, to get you through the next day. I never did, right? But I'm older than that,
Yeah, yeah.
right? You know, so I used to say that if I was younger, I wouldn't have gone down that street. That particular time, I was happy. I was working at the airport, so I had a job. Right? But you know, these lads didn't.
My philosophy is, if you're going to stand up against the system, and the system ain't going to take notice, then take off them, not your area. Go where the people have got the money, that have got the power. Go stand and smash up their houses, you know what I mean? Go damage where they live.
It doesn't
No.
happen like that.
Well, do you know what would have
no.
happened then, Brian? The riots lasted for 3 days.
The shot
If you
us
went, no, hold on. If you went to Disney and did that, it'd last 3 minutes.
They shot us off.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You wouldn't have got to Disney.
No,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying...
Because remember, they all went to Windsor Road and they stopped them back at
Yeah.
Windsor Road, at the Curry Mile.
Yeah.
You remember,
Got stopped there,
remember the
'cause
last
it was going
riot?
for the jewelers, the Indian gold and all
You
that.
notice how in town, like Primark got hit, I think it was cash generators got hit. But when you go into Deansgate, oh, none of them. You go to the Curry Mile,
But you know,
they
that's
were well secure with
That's
police.
got a deeper meaning, that, you know, Brian, because that's
But the
like...
Primark's for the people, isn't it?
No, it's about feeling entitled, because a lot of people who are working class don't even feel entitled to go on Deansgate anyway. Do you know what I mean? So you would just not do where you feel comfortable.
And I think that the
Yeah.
riots, I think what it was, and I don't mean this to sound horrible, but what happened in Moss Side, it was collateral damage, because really the main focus was the corrupt fucking police who was beat. None of y'all remember what they did to Chris Otto, fucking beating that